Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And my name is Jayalakshmi Venkat Narayanan. I am the chairperson for Focus Bangalore. It's a national body for Bangalore. I am the chairperson. And when we started this, and after the pandemic, we were waiting for some of the things to get ready. And recent timing when we started our operations, first we went and met SIDBI and NSIC. Honestly telling, when we met them, immediately, without any hesitation, they told, yes, don't worry, we are there with you, and we will be giving you the complete support, like, the sort of the words and the encouragement what they gave. It was really excellent and phenomenal. So thank you very much for accepting our invitation. And with your permission, we will just start our webinar today. Focus, organized by Focus Bangalore chapter, and along with NSIC's support. And the webinar is for the knowing about the government schemes and benefits for our fraternity, our industry. So people are very excited and they are all waiting, and we have crossed even 200 registrations. So thank you very much. And can we start this event? I request Ms. Mamta to play the prayer song, please.
Shubham kurutvam kalyanam Arogyam dhanasampada Shubham kurutvam kalyanam Arogyam dhanasampada Shatru buddhi vinashaya Deepajyotir namostute Deepajyotir namostute.
Were you able to hear that?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Oh,
That was a
okay.
lovely
That is
prayer.
was singing, so
Lovely.
I
Thank
thought
you
it
so
was not-
much.
Oh, I'm
Mamta.
very sorry.
That's fine,
I
sir.
didn't realize my music, my mic was not in mute. Okay,
Okay,
Thank
very
you.
good.
Thank you so much. And our national president, Mr. Suresh, has also joined. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your such a wonderful support, Mr. Suresh. And can we introduce Mr. Ravi Shankar Tandavan? And he is our national chair for policy and advocacy and for membership. And he's a very, very, what we can say, vibrant, and the way how he's leading us with all the ideas, encouragement, and how we can take it further. Thank you very much, Mr. Ravi. As you know, as you have some other commitment, what we want is, can we play focus video? And we request you to please present about focus for 5 minutes, so that people participants here will know about focus, and they will know how they can join and how they can get benefited. Thank you so much, Ravi. Stage to you. Oh my God, it went off. You have to unmute, Ravi.
Thank you. That was extremely warm and a very, very what should I say, flattering introduction. Mamata, could we start first with the focus video? Good evening, Mr. Suresh.
Good evening, Ravi.
Our
Good
Good
evening,
president.
evening,
Srinivasan
Mr.
sir.
Suresh.
Good evening,
Okay.
good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Shall I play the
Mr.
video,
Suresh.
sir?
Yes, now could we play the focus video, please?
Oh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are delighted to present to you the Forum of Critical Utility Services, the acronym of which is FOCUS. Much as the acronym suggests, the role of the Forum of Critical Utility Services is to bring in focus all that concerns the construction industry. This is not just for India, but for a coordinated construction industry world over. For those of you who may not be aware, this initiative is to prepare and present a platform where all the verticals of the critical utility services of the construction industry forge into one formidable group that will strive in building unity, aid in diffusing misconceptions, and present itself as a platform for discussions amongst these bodies of professionals. This initiative was born on the 26th of October 2020, when the world was almost silent from the after effects of the pandemic. We say silent because the cry for help and riddance from the clutches of the pandemic were deafening. There simply was no place that was safe anywhere in the world. None of the formidable structures that man had erected was safe for protection from the pandemic. It was during these times that we decided on creating a platform so as to be able to present improved and concerted methodologies of developing projects that shall not just be sustainable or resilient, but also deliver safe environment and a valuable business opportunity to the promoters, not just for some time, but for long time to come. Times when another generation will inherit the good work that we do today. Our efforts begin with drawing the strength from the fields of architecture, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, safety, fire, security, illumination, vertical transportation, IBMS and IT, solid waste management, and last but not the least, facility management. Bring them together and forge them into one strong wheel of change to deliver structures that stand in harmony with Mother Nature on planet Earth. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our mission. Only when we come together and share our ideas and aspirations will we find the stumbling blocks. It is here then that when we are together and focused towards one goal, we will jointly be able to understand and address our challenges as one formidable force. Not just a force in India, but for a global movement that will find solutions, opportunities, and the means to address productivity, safety, quality, developing skills, training, evolving standards, and ensuring their implementation, thereby becoming centers of excellence and setting benchmarks for generations to pursue and improve. And this is our vision. We have embarked upon reaching out to various verticals of the critical utility services. We will thereafter jointly present our cause to the government and policymakers. We will present our vision to the builders, and we are confident that we will break the shackles of inequality, indifference, ignorance, and mistrust, and build a world that is one with nature. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not here to conjure a forum, but we are here to establish a body that shall have trust, integrity, and honesty for its foundation, and stand on the pillars of knowledge, commitment, enthusiasm, and foresight of its people. Our invitation to you is open. Come and become a part of Focus. It is your contribution and support to Focus that will make a difference to the new India that is being created. Let's join and make this the Bharat that we wear, shining, prosperous, bright, and a true world leader. Let's now focus.
Thank you very much, video. Yeah, Mr. Ravi, you can please take it.
Yeah. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen. Our president, Mr. Suresh, Chairman Bengaluru chapter, Ms. Jayalakshmi, and our very well-attended participants. Thank you all for coming here on time. Good evening to you all of you. Has already been introduced, my name is Ravi Shankar Tadavan, and I'm a proud founding member and Chairman for Policy, Advocacy, and Membership at Focus. You must have all by now understood what the Forum of Critical Utility Services is and what are its aims and objectives. I hope the video that we put together has answered several questions that you may have had. However, I've been tasked with putting things in greater perspective here. To this, I will draw your attention to the various industry bodies that work together towards strengthening its arms for bringing good to its industry, addressing all matters that contribute to its growth, identify matters that are stumbling blocks in the growth, and address them so as to bring prosperity for its industry and its members. The only difference here with the Forum of Critical Utility Services is that we are a confluence of all the verticals of the critical utility services of the entire construction industry. When I say entire, it actually is all-encompassing and in all aspects. We have architecture and structural engineering, building information modeling, project management, plumbing, wastewater management, solid waste management, HVAC, safety, security, sustainability and green initiatives, fire life safety, IBMS and IT, electrical, power utility services, vertical transportation, interior design, facility management, insurance and risk mitigation, etc. So we have all the various critical arms of the construction industry come together to become a part of Focus. Therefore, Focus is creating an opportunity for all the verticals to come together, sit on a table, strategize on solutions for 360-degree development of the construction industry. This could involve publishing of white paper on important topics, training and skill development to enhance talent pool and create job opportunities, identifying areas for cooperation and joint representation to government and policymakers, identify and address matters of common interests and problem resolution, if any. We did not want all these verticals, the fact that we created Focus is that all these verticals are working in silos, and hence the formation of this unified body, we strongly believe is making a very big difference to the construction industry, not just in India, but we are being told that this is setting benchmarks even across the world. If I were to offer an analogy, well, we could compare ourselves to a lotus flower, where each of the petals represent a vertical of the critical utility service of the construction industry. When the lotus blooms, so do each of these verticals of the critical utility service. This in itself proves that this is not for one body over the other, but for verticals to come together and bloom as one. This way the lotus blooms, radiating its beauty. So let us together make a difference by becoming even more relevant and bloom to radiate knowledge and our conviction to bring in the desired change that the future generations will be proud of, and thankful to us for forging into this remarkable alliance. Having said that, let's now focus. Over to the chairman, Bengaluru chapter, Ms. Jayanti Venkat Narayanan. I thank Mr. Srivatsan and wish this program all success. And I thank our president, Mr. V. Suresh, the doctor of the construction industry, the government, for taking time amidst his very busy schedule to show that he values every chapter and the progress run by every chapter. Thank you for taking your time this evening, Mr. Suresh. Thank you very much. I now hand it over to Ms. Jayalakshmi Venkat Narayanan.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ravi. Nice to know about focus, and then all the participants will be very delighted, and they'll be knowing better about focus now. And yes, and so we will just go with the welcome address. First of all, we have not officially welcomed Mr. Srivatsan. So when we just met him last month, and when we requested him to please, we want to do first event with from the Bangalore chapter with NSIC. Immediately, without any hesitation, he told that we are here to support you, and we will encourage these sort of forums where if we are able to, from the government side, if we are able to educate the members, and if we are able to create the awareness what the government benefits are available, so definitely we will be very happy to join hands with this sort of forum like that. So thank you very much, Mr. Srivatsan, for immediately accepting and having gracing today's event. And Mr. Ravi Shankar, thank you for your presence here. And welcome to all our focus members and non-members, participants from various verticals like construction, IT, ITES, BMS, fire safety, security, HVAC, automation, architects, interior, CA, finance, and insurance, or many more. All these vertical people are attending today this particular webinar with the planning of hardly 1 week. Imagine, it was a tremendous success for us by having more than 200 registrations today. And welcome to Ms. Padmaja, Senior Manager of SIDBI, who is really supporting us, and even she is here to hear Mr. Srivatsan. And Jayashree Nagaraja, founding president from Professional Housekeepers Association. Though she was not well, she told, yes, I am here to support you people like, and Ishre for the wonderful support, and many associations, they shared this invitation to their association members. Thank you very much for that. And we have Miss Archana Verma from DQ channel from Mumbai, who is joining here to write about this particular event. And thank you very much for, as we are having even IT business owners here, even they are here to talk about this particular event. And we are having a very big support even from War India magazine, Dr. Deepak, my friend Dr. Deepak Sahu, who is the chief editor. And there also they agreed to write about this particular webinar, and we are very happy, and thank you so much. And Mr. Swaminathan from Cyber Media Research Team, so who is again working, and those who are working very closely with the NSIC Delhi NCR. Along with that, so he is also present here. Thank you very much, Mr. Swaminathan. And we welcome our national president, Mr. Suresh, and Narasimhan secretary, who is going to join little later. So thank you very much for your wonderful support, and we welcome you. And we got a very good support from Mr. Dominic for all the flyers and marketing support. So thank you very much for welcoming all of you here. And it is my privilege now to introduce Mr. Srivatsan to start his presentation. Mr. Srivatsan is the Zonal General Manager for NSIC, National Small Industries Corporation, an engineer with a master's in management, has over 25 years of experience in MSME domain, have served in various capacities, worked in Coimbatore, involved pump motors clusters. Imagine who is the person we have to contact for clusters, right? So pump motor clusters, foundry clusters, textile fraternity in Tirupur, Erode, Karur, housing the home textile served in Chennai and Ambattur, heading operations, engaging with engineering. Auto clusters have been an enabler in propelling MSME towards MSME markets, increasing their capacities, competences with the significant interventions in raw material support, which always NSIC does, particularly in infusing credit flow to the MSMEs, led trade delegations to Kenya, Sri Lanka, such sort of countries. So we welcome you, Mr. Srivatsan. Stage is yours. So we want to hear from you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Suresh, sir, thank you so much. It's really nice meeting you through this, though virtual, we have a feel that we are almost sitting next to each other. So
Yes,
thanks,
sir.
Jayalakshmi ma'am, for those kind words. And again, I should say, like Ravi Shankar sir, it's being a bit flattered also. Well, when we were going through, I was just reminiscing on all those engineering and all those kinds of facets of industry which we come across, and it also enriches us with so much of I will call it wisdom, that we know how to interact and how to handhold other people also who come from other domains. Well, interesting, ma'am. Having gone through that video presentation of Focus, it's so nice that literally, though it was you have Focus has been with the critical utility services, but the word really brings many things to focus. Those aspects of a construction industry which really goes up in having a tall building up, and we know how many people, how many entrepreneurs would have given their energies into that kind of a building, and what all goes into it, right from being an electrical contractor or the HVAC or so security systems and so many things. Now technology has developed so much that it has also become a livelihood for so many other technocrats, that they can provide their best and contribute to the best possible standards of living for everybody else together. Well, ma'am, just putting across for the participants, NSIC is National Small Industries Corporation. We are coming under the Government of India under the Ministry of MSME, just for the information. And NSIC is a heritage, is like we go way back to 1955. The corporation was started by our erstwhile Prime Minister Shri Jawaharlal Nehru. The only idea of supporting the small scale industries, as we used to call them years. The point was to support SSIs for marketing their products. And as we progressed, there were various domains and various requirements which started generating, and government felt the need to address these kinds of aspects for any business. So we got into various other support services also. Now, during this interaction of ours, maybe I'll be just giving a bird's eye view of what NSIC is about, and what kind of mandates we have been bestowed with, and how maybe we can take an advantage out of it. And maybe that's a perspective, my perspective, which I'm just going to share with you. And as she said, I'm the zonal head and I'm representing NSIC South. And to begin with, as I said, every entrepreneur has comes up with a capital requirement and all those kinds of when they start up an industry. Well, NSIC was a pioneer in that when we came out with a lot of schemes like hire purchase and term loan lending activities in the financial sector. I can proudly say that the Jindals and Bajaj all took their first machine from NSIC. So now they have developed into big conglomerates. So in the annals of history, we do see that such great corporate houses started off with associating with NSIC. So I also look forward to so many more corporates to come across maybe from this meeting also. So that kind of encouragement had been given from NSIC for the entrepreneurs from the time of inception. And subsequently, we just changed the mode and we got into the role of a facilitator. And NSI, because by virtue of our eons of experience, we took up this mode whereby not just having a single window with NSIC. Through NSIC, we have opened access to various other modes of resources also. So as I was telling, we got into this capital kind of lending support through hire purchase and term loan, and we got out of it. Then what we did was, we then thought of increasing the access of credit for entrepreneurs, and we got up into a tie-up with various bankers. I'm just going through I'm just breezing you through the basic requirements and on every stage of requirement. So I'll go in that chronology of explaining to you the services. The primary requirement of any capital requirement, be it a machinery procurement or whatsoever it may be, any entrepreneur requires funds. So what we did was we got into an MOU with various bankers, and by virtue of our being in this industry for so long, we also handhold the MSMEs in getting access to credit through these bankers. So we all nationalized banks, and we have also included some private banks. Latest was with HDFC. Prior to that, Kotak Mahindra, including Canara, SBI, Union Bank, and even Bank of Baroda. So all these bankers are empaneled with NSIC. So we are offering this bouquet to the entrepreneurs. So, and based on their requirement, we try to handhold them for their credit, and we forward these proposals we take up with the bankers and help them to try to access credit for their credit requirements. So it may be a CC requirement, it may be a working capital requirement, it may be a term loan requirement, whatever it may be. We also try to put ourselves in the shoes of the bankers. We try to put ourselves in the shoes of the entrepreneur, and we bridge the the gap. So we try to address the entrepreneur's choice of the banker and help them to access the credit. So this is a major area which recently we started foraying into in a big way. As I told you, we have started getting more banks into the panel. So this increases the probability of sanctions for the entrepreneurs also. So any entrepreneur who is having these kinds of needs, they are more than welcome. See, normally what happens, any entrepreneur doesn't have the wherewithal or the kind of resources to address these things. So we also stand and we also strengthen their voices in interacting with the bankers and taking up their costs. And many times the bankers' requirements for the documentation, the entrepreneurs may not be able to understand. Again, we try to fill in the gap, help them in getting the documentation done to the needs of the banker, and we try to see that the sanctions are expedited also. So this is one big area, and in fact, we don't. It is purely a service which we are doing. Nothing is being charged from the entrepreneur, and it is purely a service-oriented thing which the government is doing for the entrepreneurs. So this is one major area where we got into. In fact, ma'am was telling that I can do share some slides also on this, but I was in fact vying with her. Ma'am, why don't you allow my face to be projected? I do have a pleasing face. Maybe I can work some boyish charm on our participants also, but still, maybe I'll just share some screens for you just to give an idea, where you will be able to connect better during the later part of the session. So that being a bank tie-up loan syndication service which we got into, again a facilitation service. Then I can say many entrepreneurs, once they start their project, you all will be able to identify this. There comes a requirement of routines. You take an order, we get into the execution part of it. Now, many times they find that their working capital needs, working capital, the CC limits, their OD limits. I'm talking very layman language now because you will be able to identify better. Many times it is not sufficient to meet the growing business demands. So once that happens, many times we are dependent on the credit from suppliers. You have you look into your balance sheet, you will have a tall trade payables in your balance sheet. So we go for credit with suppliers, and sometimes it comes at 2 to 3% margin. They load the margins inside, and then the entrepreneurs are forced to go in for credit. So there, that eats up the margins of the entrepreneurs also, and we may not be that competitive or cost effective in your pricing. Many times we may end up losing the orders also because we are not able to price it in a manner which your buyer is able to accept. So pricing is what the market decides. So many times we have to back work, and we have to cut down on our pricing. So mainly the input cost is what normally is killing. So there, government thought that we may try to intervene, and they came out. Major part of your working capital will be your raw material cost. That forms the operational cost. Raw material makes or breaks an industry. So when morning 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, every entrepreneur will be vying with their bankers to get that extra TOD or to see that their checks are passed, the RTGS is affected. So there, government intervened and came out with a contraption called Raw Material Assistance Program. The intention was to support for supporting the procurements for any MSME. So it can be any kind of material. over and above the banking support, government came out with another facilitation kind of help where we are supporting the procurement of raw materials. And in fact, we also intervene and we also try to supply materials also wherever possible. So what they do is any entrepreneur, we give them the freedom of choice of suppliers also. They are free to procure from anybody they want. They are better negotiators. And when they go on a cash and carry mode, see, many times what happens, the purchase transaction is either cash based or credit based. When you go for a cash based transaction, yes, you get good cash discounts, but we don't have the luxury of liquidity always. And hence we are forced into the credit. So, but when you go for credit again, 3 to 4% your cost escalates. Whereas in this mode of mandate, government is giving such kind of leverage for the entrepreneurs that a bill comes, payment is immediately being affected to the suppliers. They can negotiate on cash terms since it becomes an immediate payment. Apart from that, government is giving from 90 days to 180 days of credit period for them to pay back and rotate also. So it is more of a raw material support to ensure that the entrepreneur is able to source the right material at right pricing so that they can ensure that they are able to fulfill their sale obligations or the market obligations. So this is one area. In fact, it's a supplementary kind of a support which we are offering, and it's basically done against the non-fund based limits sanctioned by many units do have some spare non-fund based limits. They can always utilize that to make use of this. And in fact, going further on that, actually the intention of the raw material assistance program was that every entrepreneur, we used to do the key loan kind of things where you used to stock material. They used to come, take, the buyer used to come, the entrepreneur used to come. We used to go open the godown, then sell it. But as it has become like just in time kind of a scenario now. So it is as and when your requirement rises, the MSME would like to source the material. So at that point of time. So what we did was some primary metals we thought we can facilitate. In fact, we supply material also. We do a big kind of intervention, big time in iron and steel. I think many of you in this arena may be using steel also. I'm not sure, but that is one area where we support so that unit is able to get material at a cost to cost basis from the primary manufacturers also. In fact, we just stepped out of the typical governmental shoes and we did a bit of wild kind of thinking. We even got into MOUs with the local producers so that customized demands. For those of you who are using sheet metal kind of thing, maybe HVAC people or somebody who may be using some sheet metals, they can also procure through NSIC and get a good discount benefits which we pass on to the entrepreneurs. And in fact, you are mentioning, ma'am, fire safety, a lot of piping requirements will be there. Security, alarm systems and system integration happens. You were mentioning ITES people. We have a lot of units in the ITES segment and all. They come requesting support because these are all very costly electronic components where you have to do an immediate cash outlay going towards it and procuring the materials. Nowadays, getting materials also sometimes is getting difficult with all your shipment and container issues going on. So all these factors needs that the entrepreneur should be well equipped and well resourced to address all these challenges without any hiccups. So maybe these kinds of support services can really give that comfort or a room space for the entrepreneurs to try and scout even newer vendors. See, normally what happens, in fact, as I was telling, ma'am was telling, I used to operate in areas like Coimbatore and things. They were all perfect engineering hubs. I used to ask the entrepreneurs, why are you purchasing from somebody? He would say, no, my father was purchasing, so I'm purchasing. I used to tell them, are you getting good rates? He said, why not? They give me the cash discount, cash prices, and I am purchasing and I'm paying it back after 30 days or 60 days. It really defies logic. Nobody will allow you to pay after 60 days on a cash payment. Naturally, you are going to load your margins. So when we give them this kind of a support, they are able to identify new vendors, and the market is full of fresh vendors who can offer better quality at cheaper rates. So this kind of scenario can actually, you can realize this kind of scenario through these kind of support services. In fact, I am daily, day in, day out, I am seeing how units are utilizing, or I can say, I shouldn't use the word exploiting, maybe this thing, how they utilize it to gain a straightforward cash advantage, which will add on to their health of the balance sheet also, because the trade payables also will come down. We intervene in their procurement. So even at the dead of the night, these people tap on their vendors. They are confident that NSIC is backing the unit and they get their materials in time. So be it any of these industries, which when ma'am was telling about the kind of participants who would be here, I really felt that these are all people who are raw material intensive. Major part of your participants are raw material intensive kind of industries. And this would really, or those who are in the consultation services also, because you will all, I find that many consultancy services people also will be there who have to advocate identification of resources and how to utilize the support services available in the market for a effective, contractors to be more effective. So this kind of an input can really be a game changer for the MSMEs or the participants of this program also. And well, just then moving on from the raw material segment, the input being taken care of, this market support is a very big challenge. You all have, as a construction industry as your market. Well, just for your information, I'm not sure how many of you would be aware, there's a public procurement policy in place. It's a public procurement, I would say it's a government order, where 25% of government's procurement is mandated through this, MSC sector registered with NSIC. So that I'm talking about the MSME sector. In fact, I will beg your pardon, just for the benefit of those who are not aware of the definition of MSMEs. MSME is a micro, small, and medium enterprise. Micro, this is a very basic definition. Many times people get confused. Micro is 1 crore investment in machinery with 5 crore turnover cap. 1 crore investment in machinery, and I'm using the word and, it is not this or that, and a 5 crore turnover. And for a small entrepreneur, it is up to 10 crores and a 50 crore turnover cap. 10 crore investment in machinery and a 50 crore turnover cap. The medium segment will be 50 to 250 crore turnover cap, and anything about that 50 crore investment will fall in the medium kind of entrepreneur industry. So, so for the micro and small enterprises, public procurement policy is a very big boon, I can say. In that 4% is reserved for sourcing from the special category CST entrepreneurs, and 3% for women entrepreneurs. So you can imagine the kind of procurement that government is the single largest procurer in the country. Any kind of procurement happens, it happens through this segment. So, and it is a government mandate. It is a part of their MOU parameter for any PSU that they should fulfill this criteria. So I think you can start turning or orienting yourself towards the governmental market, where it can give you at least an assured market segment where you can break even. At least one segment can be can give you that revenue which will take care of your overheads and everything. So it is a good and stable market, whatever may be the ups and downs, maybe it COVID or be it whatever it is. Your private market sometimes may be going up and down, but a government segment market is always a sure shot. So I think you can take a look at it. And in precisely addressing this, NSIC has a mandate called a single point stores purchase program. Normally, colloquially we say NSIC registration. Many of you may be aware of it also. So NSIC registration, we are a statute body for registering entrepreneurs. The government procurement happens through the tender process. So if your units are registered with NSIC, they get a benefit from payment of EMD. They get waived from paying earnest money deposit in tenders. So even 2 out of 10 departments give this waiver. You can imagine the quantum of opportunity which an MSC can tap actually. So we registered only micro and small enterprises. That is a basic eligibility. Even fresh entrepreneurs who are just 5 months down in, earlier we used to register only 3 years completed units. But of late, we have taken a bit of leniency in that, and even a unit who has started afresh with just 3 or 4 months into their production or services, we can even register them. We give provisional registrations through which they can experiment and explore this kind of a government market also. Not only that, in fact, NSIC's, I'll tell you what all parameters are certified in this. Any government department buyer will be interested in knowing whether the MSC unit is really doing that activity or not, first of all, whether they are capable of manufacturing the products which they have applied or going to bid for, and the financial capabilities. In this certificate of NSIC, we endorse the company, we give the financial parameters, the last 3 years of turnover and the financial capabilities, the capability, manufacturing capabilities or the service capability of the entrepreneurs, also the the actual products and the range of stores or services they can provide. So all these in a single certificate will give the details for any aspiring government department buyer as a single one-stop kind of a certificate to inform them about all the parameters they need to know about a MSc. So this is a very effective tool, if utilized, can really help you in penetrating this kind of government markets. So all you need is a bit of patience, and nowadays it is not that big a deal. There are a lot of e-procurements happening. You just have to spend some time yourself, understand how this happens, use NSIC registration and get into it. Now, you would all have heard of this GEM, government e-marketplace. So that is another, we heard of all our private e-marketing places. GEM is typically the government e-marketplaces where all the PSUs and everybody also come in to make their procurements. Now, this NSIC units who are registered with NSIC are waived of a vendor appraisal process if you want to register in GEM. So I hope you understand the implication of this kind of a facility. If you get registered with NSIC, you can always go ahead and upload your product and get waived off the vendor appraisal steps which you may have to go through if you are not registered. So and you can also participate in tenders through GEM. So this can give you the biggest advantage in taking up for the government e-marketplace. So I would really urge you to look in these directions. Any kind of every entrepreneur is his own marketer. No, there is no two opinions on that. You know where your market is. Start looking at these kind of markets also, because we see so many different kinds of companies who also fall in this segment. Ma'am was talking about your housekeeping segment and the manpower supplies. So all these units, units also get registered with NSIC. And excuse me. Yeah. So all these kinds of units also are, directing their market towards government departments. So that is a big market which I think you should also look at. And you are most welcome to get registered with NSIC and utilize this as a tool. I wouldn't advise you to use me as a wall hanging, but use this as a tool to effectively look at government department markets. We get registered with so many other things. There's no harm in trying one more. But if it can really open gates for you, why not? A single tender is sufficient to turn your fortunes. So this is another area which I would really urge to look at and try to tap this public procurement policy of the government through the NSIC registration. Well, then going ahead with the other kind of services, we also are into the informatory services where we, we have a portal, B2B portal called msmemark.com. We, by virtue of our stance in the MSME domain, we are a nodal agency in the MSME domain. So we keep interacting. We get a lot of government departments try to come with inquiries with us. So we thought, why not share this information with the industry? We created this portal. We also have MOUs with various countries in the world, and we get a lot of trade leads, export trade leads also. So we, in fact, loaded all these into this portal, and we have given access through informatory services to the MSME segment. It is possibly the only service where even any kind of industry can get logged into, not just the MSMEs, to take the membership, access government department leads. And not only that, you can also create your own web space, because many times the MSME unit does not have the the kind of resources to create their own web space, so they may not have their own URLs. maybe you can, NSIC space can be utilized to have your own URLs and maybe a visiting card for you to portray your services and upload your products in the website also. So this is one big area where I think you can really start looking at by becoming a member of this B2B portal. Well, that being the service we got into. Going beyond that, we also of late got into an aggregation services. The ICT, information communication technology. We got into the digital services. So in the digital services, so ma'am, I'll try to get into the screen sharing mode just for people to leverage as you were saying. I'll just try that.
Yeah, Mamta, please permit him, no?
Yeah. Is it coming?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So as I was talking about the raw material distribution, raw material credit, the registration part of it, we did come with a bill discounting service where we wanted to support discounting of procurements from MSCs against as an offshoot. We also help units in supplying to government departments. We also try to participate in government department tenders on behalf of MSCs for supplies to government departments, where sometimes they may not have the enough pre-bid criteria. So if possible, we try to step into their shoes. We try to form consortia and we participate on their behalf for government department. And credit facilitation was the first bank tie-up scheme which I was briefing you on. The digital services which I was talking about, this actually we have been talking about the government department and all the stuff. Now actually there is a big export market. So we thought for any entrepreneur to get into the export market, I'm not sure how relevant this would be, but still the export market means we need buyers information. So we got into an MOU with Dun & Bradstreet. They are one of, you all would have heard of DNB. So they have they are a repository of a lot of buyer information, about 170 countries buyer data they have. So we have entered into an MOU with them and we have subsidized their products also. We give some discounts because through NSIC, if you try to get into their products, we give some discounts for that. You can download some 800 buyer data based on their products. So you get access for all the buyer information and including the people who are in the procurements for these export organizations, the buying departments overseas. Not only in the overseas buying houses, they also provide information about the indigenous buyers also. So they have two verticals, and maybe you can access these information through our MOU with Dun & Bradstreet. And we also got into an MOU with Bharti Airtel for effective, many times you may use broadband services, you may require connectivity. So we have got into an MOU with Bharti Airtel also, so that we can try to give some kind of their services at more affordable rates where MSMEs can access. So any of these services being provided, be it a retail requirement or a corporate connectivity requirement also, we thought why not facilitate that, and so hence Bharti Airtel associated with us. Now going further, we thought that see, the MSME sector always has to be on its technological best. You have your IT, ITES also. So we got into a recent MOU with Zoho Technologies. Your cloud computing, your server requirements, maybe your software, ERPs, whatever kind of requirements in the software segment, maybe it could be addressed through the Zoho Technology Arrangement of Arts. So these are broadly the segments where we got into. Just I'm going with the these are broad services which NSIC got into for supporting MSMEs, and as an offshoot, we also do handholding where we can facilitate. We facilitate other kinds of services also. At least we put them onto the right kind of people. So any queries on this, like I was talking about raw material distribution, it is not only iron and steel. We have of late got into, you are in the construction industry, maybe you may be offering your service to the contractors. Many times your payment gets delayed. That also happens. That also happens. You may be a raw material supplier to your contractors. Their payments may be getting delayed because they are having financial difficulties. It all many people who are availing with me has gone through this word of mouth also. Maybe I can support them, and maybe your payment can be got in time. That is also a possibility. When we think, let us think broad. So I can even support your market where you are supplying your material, which can become a raw material component for them. If I gave them some facility for procurement, maybe they can purchase from you, and you get your immediate payment. Yeah, that is also a possibility. So this kind of an arrangement throws up immense kind of an opportunity for any MSME. I mean, how we look at it is what like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Opportunity is also so. So you can now conjure up various kinds of ideas how you want to use this. You are most welcome to do that. And these are some of my my officers' numbers. Their personal numbers also I have shared here. Maybe you can note down. One is Mr. Rudrasamy, one Mr. Rojan Chako, and one Mr. Mutraj. So these are all some people who you can really get in touch with, and they may be able to support also.
And we can definitely connect them. Anybody is asking, we can definitely connect them to you.
Absolutely, ma'am. So thank you so much. I think I mean, let me limit myself to this, and any other QA, I'm open.
No, but before to that, actually, I just want you to even talk about there are several ways, like the trade shows, or how we are getting the benefits, and then delegations. So that was missed out.
Yeah, no, ma'am. Actually, why I did not take it up now was because of this virtual thing. Many
Yeah.
times this, the trade shows and everything, because of COVID, they have not taken up. Policy is still not come up. The guidelines are awaited still for the
Yeah.
past 2 years because of travel and physical exhibitions are not happening. So we are yet to await some guidelines on that. So if that comes across, what ma'am is talking about for the benefit of the participants is that earlier we used to, there used to be a.
So you can stop sharing, sir. You can stop screen sharing, and then you can,
sure.
so that we can highlight you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, ma'am, what she was talking about is maybe sometimes we take trade delegations abroad, and any kind of information. You are also welcome to visit my website. We upload any exhibition details which come across, which gets approved by the ministry. We also upload. If you are interested in any of those exhibitions, you are always welcome to participate in those exhibitions also. Currently, domestic exhibitions, the support is not there because of the COVID kind of thing for the past 2 years. But yes, if it comes across, maybe yesteryears we used to support those kind of exhibitions also. Maybe in future, if guidelines come, we can always help out. But in the meanwhile, any kind of virtual delegations or virtual, trade exchanges happen, that always there is a possibility. You can always keep visiting our website. We keep uploading them. And ma'am, I'll also share any details which come across. I'll also maybe share with the participants
Yes.
also.
Yeah, sure.
Which comes in the thing also.
And
Yes.
one more thing also, because most of the people, people will be thinking earlier, people used to get fear to do government business. But nowadays, if you see, government is, e-transferring the money nowadays, 30 days. And when we give the MSME certificate along with the invoice, we get it within 45 days. So that sort of support when it is happening. So I request you to please even touch upon the tenders when they are applying that, no EMD, no tender fee, and that sort of information also. I request you to please.
Yes, ma'am. That's what I was telling, ma'am. I told that EMD waiver was, as I was mentioning, the government departments, if you are registered with NSCC, they will waive you from making that EMD payment. Every tender for an entrepreneur has to give some earnest money deposit along with their bid document. That is what ma'am is talking about. That's what I told about EMD. They are waived from paying that EMD. Many times, if you find in the tender document itself, they will be mentioning, if you are registered with NSIC, you will be waived from paying that EMD. That is what I was mentioning, that even in a GEM portal, ma'am, if you recall, in the government e-marketing place also, you will be given the same benefit that you will be waived of paying from that earnest money deposit if you are registered with NSIC. Sometimes you are even waived of paying that tender fee. Price preference is also there. Now, it's again an advisory to the departments where they can give a price preference. If L1 is a non-MSC, not registered, And if L2 is registered MSE with NSIC up to 15, like he is quoted 100, this gentleman has quoted say 114, within 15%, they can be called and asked to match the price of the L1. It's more for the supplies, maybe not for this service. For the supplies, they can be called, they can be asked to match the L1 price, and they can be given some quantum of the order also. So this is also a kind of a benefit. Sometimes it is also being advocated and being given also. So that is another benefit which can be taken. So as I said, waiver from payment of EMD, tender forms free of cost also, this price preference, and GEM portal vendor appraisal process, they get waivers. That is a big time benefit. And ma'am was telling the apprehensions about payments getting delayed. Invariably, I find CPSUs, I have had people who focus only on government departments. 100% government oriented units are also there. They thrive on it. How you are able to, you understand the system in place. I had one gentleman coming, sir, I need not even go to them and ask. If everything is in place, 45th day, okay, amount is credited to their account. They call it the PFMS nowadays. You give their bank detail to them, they directly credit the account to your account. Central PSUs and central government departments are really that good that they don't delay it. Simply because there is a, there is an MSME facilitation service or a council, which for delayed payments, you get some 45 days is the time limit allowed. Now, many of you would have found now, many of your limited companies are asking whether you are an MSME or not, because they are supposed to declare in their balance sheet that they have no dues pending for an MSME. So that kind of a leverage is being given. So unless and until some issue happens in your quality of service or anything like that, I don't foresee any other issue in you having, payments getting, payment delays for that matter happens everywhere. I wouldn't say like that generically, but still, a market is a market. How do you respond? But at least in government department, we are, many people, they say that, sir, we are at least assured of our payment. We will get it in time. If everything is fine, you are most welcome to do it. So I don't foresee that kind of a problem. There's no harm in experimenting, sir. When we started business, we started positively. There's no harm in experimenting fresh markets. Any buyers, the construction industry is also like that. It's always a back-to-back arrangement. They take an order from a big thing. Again, it's offloaded to the subcontractors. Again, it's offloaded elsewhere. So it's like a back-to-back process elsewhere. But here, it is like one-on-one with the department directly. So you need not worry about the intermediate kind of issues also. So I think you should be looking at it. No harm in exploring new markets.
So, thank you very much, Mr. Srivatsan. Actually, it was really a vibrant, excellent presentation, and which will give a lot of entrepreneurs here, very good confidence, and whatever doubts they had in the mind, so it could have got cleared now. But as per, as a conclusion, what I want to share here is, most of the time as an entrepreneur, what I feel with the entrepreneur is the mindset, mind block. Before approaching MSME or before approaching NSIC, please don't come to the conclusion that bank will not give or government will not support. So please don't come to that sort of this one without approaching. So please talk to some of the people like us, and then take the advice, and then go with the proper mindset that you are doing this business. And if you are able to talk about your own business in a better way, definitely any bank, any government agencies will come on our way, and definitely they will support us. And to be frank with you, please don't think, and as a participants, I'm just want to say the participants that don't think that NSIC is telling this, MSME is telling this. Is it true? I am the model for that. I'm telling you, I have almost availed all these facilities, whatever Mr. Srivatsan is telling. So I'm very happy. That is the reason, first of all, we requested them, and we thought that our members also should get that benefit. So thank you very much, Mr. Srivatsan, for giving your wonderful presentation. And can we hear some words, because our national president, Mr. Suresh, has joined here with a very, very busy schedule, and he told he cannot join, but still very thankful to you, Mr. Suresh. Can we hear some good positive words?
I was enjoying the wonderful presentation given by Srivatsan. having headed HUDCO for a very long time, it's a financing institution, NSIC, the development financing arm, I'm able to understand the wonderful products that they have been able to give for all the units over there, and that's very, very important. And how you have streamlined large number of those initiatives, he has brought it out very well, including using latest technology into a very large way. And what I'm very happy is that Focus, we are able to bring all those services, because that money should produce the product for you to give back. See, the whole idea is that whatever be the funding that you're putting in the particular project over there is for creating an industry, create so much amount of infrastructure, so much amount of services there, which will require electrical energy and so much of product manufacturing process, etc., etc. Our whole idea is to see that how that you do it in time, cost, and quality is equally important component. While what Srivasan has indicated is the type of support that you can make available for all the entrepreneurs to come forward in a big way, especially the MSME sector. But they should also utilize that particular thing and produce the right level of product. And for doing that particular thing, they have to establish those units in the successful way and also continue to run it, and including expansion programs that you have. And therefore, how will you take energy efficiency, water efficiency, waste management efficiency, and now the latest the carbon footprint reduction becomes an important component. And I'm very happy when I call it the techno financing here, where while giving the money, how you can also ensure with the right level of technology support, you'll be also able to implement the project well. Good. NSIC is very keen to see that all of them finally lead to very successful enterprises able to produce the right level of product. The whole unit starts growing, and you're able to put in a phased growth happening in this sector, and how you will be able to give support for not only for materials and various other things on process, etc. is very important. I was so happy to hear that right from the beginning till end. I heard the presentation from Srivasan. Very useful. I find a few questions are also there in the Q&A box, as well as in the chat box. Few things are there. I'm sure they'll be very keen to hear that. And I'm very happy that some of them even thank you for the presentation on that. I'm sure they'll ask more questions now once it's opened up. Thank you very much for you joining here for our session. We are very grateful. And our whole idea is to see that provide a platform. Our idea is to provide a platform where all the systems, all those services which you mentioned over there, you are able to have the right integration, coordination, and putting together, and Talmail is provided for them to produce the right results at the right time. Thank you very much for coming over, Srivasan. I'm sure all our delegates who are continuing to participate, I can see the number still there. They're not left, they're still there, and they'll be happy to hear from you. And thank you, Jayalakshmi, for organizing this wonderful program. With your permission, I myself have to leave because some of the program has sent me a reminder to join over there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Suresh.
Thank you so
it was
much,
wonderful. And you spoke extempore. I liked it very much. Without a PowerPoint, he was talking continuously as if it's just coming out of heart, each one, because he has developed a large number of those particular products himself and started implementing. He knows where the shoe pinches, and therefore the support comes from that particular point of view. Good work, Srivasan.
Thank you so much, sir. In fact, that is exactly what I was telling ma'am also. Ma'am, let me be more extempore and PPT.
I liked it. I liked it better.
Yeah,
I liked it better.
There's more human touch in it than having seen some slides on it, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And sir, in your presence, since ma'am has been so passionately talking about, I should give a takeaway. I have given the numbers of my colleagues. I don't mind sharing my personal number also. People can take it. It's 9445 83173. I think that's the only way I can endorse my faith in.
So don't worry, Srivasan, we are here.
You are
And
always
any of the members, let them be, or non-members, let it be. And if they are contacting us, and definitely, as you know, already I have been doing for quite some years now. So anybody is asking NSIC, MSME, definitely we will connect them.
And there's also a sector where Government of India, the highest level, is giving maximum support for the MSME sector from all point of view. And that's where the maximum amount of employment is also generated. And we should encourage more and more of that. So once again, thank you very much, Shiva sir.
Thank you.
With your permission, I'll take you now
Please.
for you to
please.
take the Q&A
you.
session now. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
Thank you, Jayalakshmi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we will just go ahead with the question and answers. So
Yeah.
just hardly some 8 questions are there. So do you want me to read it?
Yeah, ma'am. Anything which you prefer.
Yeah. So does consultants like us also will have benefits from NSIC?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, consultancy services we are registering. If I can mean that, we do register consultancy services, but it depends on what kind of services also. Maybe they can have one-on-one with us. I don't. So, if generically speaking, we do register consultants, consultancy services rather, and any other kind of support, maybe bank tie-up or maybe loan syndication can be one more area. They can become members of our informatory services also. So these services and the digital services, if say though they so desire also, we can definitely do that.
Yeah, we
Sure.
make one Mr. Natesh, that was by Vijaya.
Yeah.
And one more question from Mr. Natesh. We make products on IoT platform. These are new innovations and the categories are not listed in GEM portal. Without the category, we cannot upload the products. So how can we resolve that? And he has given the details, but I think GEM portal, we can take it separately, or how you feel?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, GEM portal we can take it separately, but
Yeah, because
but,
it is a vast subject.
that is a different platform. But since he has brought up the subject, sir, I will request you to kindly shoot a mail. There is a help desk there. There is an email there. We, in fact, we have been in touch with the top brass of the GEM portal also. I'll also take this up and I'll also inform them. Maybe they can. How do they? How do people like you, where the categories is not listed, how you are able to source it? But sir, maybe you can look at all the categories, sir. If or even the, I'm not sure how many of them would have been registered in this Udyam registration, because that is one area where I thought I should have
That
mentioned.
actually next again I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Udyam
because
registration is very important.
most of the because without that nothing will move actually.
You are not, yeah. That is the basic certification for being an MSc. And for this GEM portal, you please shoot a mail to that help desk. There is a email ID also will be there. But in the meanwhile, just go through the categories again. At least you can choose the nearest one, like your IT products or whatever it is, so that you upload it. Because the buying departments also will not have a look at IoT as specific. Many people may not be even aware of the IoT kind of things. They will be looking for a IT product or a surveillance so try to upload your products in those segments. Basically.
Yeah, even there is a category called business services and business utility services. So
Very much.
we can go to that and register. And even NIC code, we can get it from the Google. If we can type the product, we can get the NIC code, and then we can apply with that so that it may take it.
Very true, ma'am. They go for the application oriented. You see where your application is, get into that and upload it there, sir. That is more sensible.
Yeah, Mr. Dayal has asked if I'm interested. Sorry, I have registered with MSME. Do I register again with NSIC? Yes, they have to do that.
Yeah. See, actually, I'll tell you like this, sir. It's like getting a GS. You get a what I can say. You get a MSc certificate. It's like getting a GST number, but you go ahead and do the business also, right? So for that, for example, for fire and safety, you have a basic thing, but you have to have certifications from the various bodies where you can address the fire and safety requirements. You should be qualified to do that. Similarly, for food and safety, you need specific registrations. For NSIC, many departments expect NSIC registration simply because it talks about the specifics of the selling organization. How do you differentiate you from the other departments? For example, you go to ICF, you go to railways. The first question will be NSIC registration, which comes in their mind. So they may be able to give the benefit immediately to you. So NSIC registration, for example, you're talking GEM portal. It specifically asks for NSIC registration. So that will be a big advantage for you to tap these governmental markets. That is what we are trying to address.
And anonymous attendee, he is asking, I'm a reseller for digital solutions and service provider. Can I register? And if I am a women entrepreneur, what extra advantage can I avail?
Extra advantage as a woman entrepreneur, ma'am. Anyway, normally trading services we cannot register. Trading services I cannot register. But
It's a solution. It is a service provider only.
Yes, if you are, see, I will tell you like this. I purchase a pen, I sell the pen, I am a trader. But I purchase the refill, I purchase the body of it, assemble it and sell it. You need to do some kind of a value addition. Maybe you are purchasing a basic source code or some kind of a product. You are doing some kind of a value addition. For example, there may be tablets, tabs they purchase. They will sell it for some specific utility. Maybe for an education service, they will be uploading some software on it. Then you are doing some validation selling. Then maybe you are not a reseller, maybe you are not a trader. See, this is purely my perspective. I am not being conservative. But as a trader, a trading firm, I cannot register. But if you are doing some value addition, yes, I can register. If you are
And
into
after
service,
sales,
I can
after sales service, if we are doing also, it can come under MSI
yes,
and we can
yes,
register.
I
under
can register
NSIC.
that activity of
Yes,
after sales
yes,
service. Yes,
yes.
I can do that. Women
And,
entrepreneur, I think you should tap that 3% of the public procurement also.
Yeah, that is also there, and we get 1% discount on the bank interest part. And I know most of the events, whatever is happening, trade shows, most of the time there are certain
There used to be.
stalls, free of cost, which is given to women and which I have availed actually. So thank you, Mr. Srivatsan, and we'll go to the next one. Mr. Irde Raj, how can NSIC help for IT industries? Right, and I think it was already addressed, I feel. I mean, non-material organizations.
Absolutely no problem. In fact, for the bank tie-up, maybe I can look at your credit access for that also. I can take up through banks and support them. Because see, I wouldn't talk about funding actually. NSIC's intention is not that. Intention is to support you for procurements, which bankers' mandate is not that. They cannot help you in procurements. Maybe I'll tell you, during that first COVID lockdown, interstate movement itself was blocked. People got orders for doing sanitizers. They had to, do big silos manufacture. I sourced material from Salem steel plant across the border, brought the material here, and we managed to help the sanitizer manufacturers in getting that stored and supplied. So to that extent, we had been involved. So that was, sanitizer was like mind-boggling that time, requirements. So we did try to do that. Not only that, Bharat Biotech, your Covaxin for Hyderabad, for that, the facility was to be constructed immediately. We, one of our MSCs had got the responsibility of doing that. He was not able to source material. We managed material for them. We sourced it for them, and when Prime Minister was inaugurating it, literally our transport was there unloading the vehicle, and he managed to do it before the inauguration. So to that kind of intervention, we have been managing it. I'm just voicing it for just people to know it. As far as the IT segment is concerned, one is that bank tie-up credit facility. We are also registering IT industries, because there are a lot of government department orders for IT support. We do register IT industries. Yes, you can use NSIC for that.
Yeah.
I hope.
Thank you, Mr. Srivatsan. Even know there was a lot of artificial intelligence, IoT, cloud services, CRM. All these services can come under that. Dealers, so please, take a note of that. And Mr. Dinesh has asked that whether an electrical consultant can be registered. Yes, Mr. Dinesh, he already answered yes. And Mr. Avinash, can partnership firm be registered under NSIC? Very much yes. So, and we'll just go to the next one. Mr. Srinivasa, yes, PMC services can be registered under Focus, NSIC and GEM. Very much yes. So he wants to join everything actually. So Mr. K. Prasad. So Madam, okay, regarding RM support for bank guarantee and the bankers asking for 100% deposit to issue bank guarantee.
No, I'll tell you. Actually, it is not so. They ask 100% deposit because many times they don't. It is a non-fund based limit. I'll explain to you. Like your CC is a fund based limit. Bank guarantee is a non-fund based limit which banker sanction. And if you don't have a sanctioned limit, they have to. They ask you for 100% deposit. Actually, you may have to ask them for a sanction of a bank guarantee limit, because that will prove useful for you in a very big way. Even for many times, sometimes we may have to sell out for some government department orders, maybe for other requirements also. But you have to take up with your banker specifically for a sanction. If you go for a sanction, maybe 10 to 20% deposit only they'll be asking. So that's not a problem. So kindly do take up with your banker.
So what about the pest control services? One Mr.
We
Sunil is
register-
asking.
We are
Yes.
registering. Yes, I have
Yes,
registered.
very
pest
much,
control.
very much we can do. And Mr. Venkat D, do you still have clusters to assist MSMEs to coach in management tools like lean manufacturing? That is also yes, no?
Lean management.
Lean,
Yeah.
see, do you still have clusters to assist MSME to coach in management tools like lean manufacturing? Lean manufacturing, lean consultancy, again, there is MSME is doing that.
Yeah,
no?
yeah, MSME
Yeah, very
industry
much it
people
is.
doing that.
Yeah. So I have MSME Udyam registration. How can I get MSME loan to expand my business? I think they can contact you or me. So we can definitely help out because there's a lot of procedure for that. We can definitely support you from Focus. We can introduce you to the banks and NSIC. And anonymous attendee, some companies hesitate to deal if we are registered under MSME or NSIC. Why? So
Why?
see, I will also share it with you, Mr. Sivatsan. What has happened is some of the companies,
Ah,
when we are telling that we are registered under MSME, because we are claiming the payment within 45 days, they want 60 days or 90 days. Okay. So that is a reason, no, they say that, no, we don't want to have with MSME like that. Maybe if you are having, what I can say, if you feel that you need to, take up that company to the government and next level, you can always go to MSME champions and put it over there. That's all. No, Srivasan, is there any
That's-
other way?
No, I don't think so. We can talk about it because it is between you and that company. So it is a market. It is a buyer and
No,
the
actually,
seller.
it is really happening, Mr. Sivatsan. So
No, it
many
is a
people
fact.
comes and tell me.
I'll tell you, there is an MSME council which talks about delayed payments.
Yeah.
Delayed payments, but how many? There are units who take advantage of that, who represent to them. They get payments in time also, but then they decide whether I don't want to do the business with them in future or not. So that is a question or a take call from the MSC who was.
No, but very rare customer when they are telling like that, I think we should use some of our business mind that how can we do some value-added services, and we can definitely get into that. You can please contact me. And Mr. Vamshi, he has put that I represent class and electrical contractor team. Can I register? I think you have already answered it is yes.
Absolutely, sir. Entire thing we can
Yes.
take up, including your raw material. I think you will be. We have a lot of electrical contractors who ask us for the raw material support
Yes.
for
Yes.
registration. Both are doable for you.
See, you can apply through Focus, and we can make sure that we can talk to them. I'm telling you one thing: these government officers are not like earlier. Nowadays, you just go and tell them that this is what I want, like like a consultant. They are sitting along with you, and they are able to support you completely, even in filling up the form, I can say. Okay, so Ms. Vijaya has asked, like, whether agri product as can register.
Traders, we don't, but if you are doing some value addition, yeah, maybe.
No, can agri product like rice, dal? Yes, if it is the trader, but
cannot
trader
register.
nowadays, Mr. Sivasan, if I'm not wrong, recently
I know you
MSME
came.
has-
I know you're coming to it. It is only for finance for as a priority sector. It is only for accessing finance they can take up. It is
Okay.
not for anything else. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's why I just want to ask this in on behalf of them. That's all. Please don't
Yeah,
mistake.
it is only for the sake of accessing finance.
Yeah. So can any service provider business support services
Yes,
be
yes.
registered with NSIC? It is very
Yes.
much yes.
Yes.
And Mr. Satish Iyengar, yes, CPWD state, and he is our national treasurer. Okay, and CWD state PWD do not exempt from employment for services consultants, MEP architecture, and sustainability as well. Weightage for L1 and L2. So where can I obtain these details and confirmations?
Not sure. What
Yes,
exactly?
very much. So it is basically like, he is telling, see, CPWD and some of the state bodies, okay. So we are also facing this problem. Some of the government of Karnataka departments, so they don't accept this sort of, no EMD and no this one. They don't, and L1, L2, so whatever is the schemes we are talking about NSIC, some of the Karnataka department, this one they are not accepting. So recently, earlier nobody was accepting from government of Karnataka. Now some of the people they have started accepting, and I think case to case they are doing. Is it
Many
like that?
departments do accept. You are right, ma'am. In fact, actually, earlier they were accepting left, right, center. All services were taken. Supplies, and for supplies, absolutely no problem. Services, yes, there were some things because they had some experiences with some units. They had some reservations for the services aspect of it. But yes, some departments still take NSIC's registration. They are giving the benefits. You are right, ma'am.
Yeah. So, and thank you, Srivatsan. And Neeta has asked, can NSIC help for financial services department? Actually, she is into Kotak Mahindra and sort of insurance and advisor she is. And I think it comes under consultants and services. It can come, no?
Maybe she can talk.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we have to find some way how to do. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for your response, ma'am. I will connect with you later. Okay, fine. So, and I'm also manufacturer and sell plywood, Mr. Vamshi. So do you suggest me to register? Will it be helpful? Absolutely, yes. No, that
Yes,
is why we have done this program today. So I think Q&A we have almost answered everyone. So let me just anything. Yeah. So almost Q&A we have done with that, and in the chat box, will individual auditors can register under NSIC?
No. Maybe they can talk to us. We can help them out. For auditors, it again depends on what services they want to get registered for.
No, sir. Actually, they can do it under financial services. No, if they are putting it as a financial services, it will come under MSME. And if they are just straight away putting like auditors, then they will not come. If I am not wrong.
They will not.
No, no. Okay. Okay. I'm just.
No, ma'am.
I'm
You're
just trying
welcome to
figure
think wildly.
something.
You are
I'm just
always
trying.
welcome. We should do some wild thinking, right? No harm. Ma'am,
So-
never hesitate to ask a question. Maybe we could have supported, right?
No, that is why. See, I am actually why I'm asking these questions is I want these people to think in a different way. Like instead of thinking that, always call, ask. Like without asking, we cannot get anything. Okay.
Somebody
Energy
asked-
audit, yes, you can
Yes,
register.
we can register. Yes, we can register.
Yeah, fantastic session, Mr. Srivatsan. Thank you. And can we have everything has been shared. More than that, anything you want, chairperson.blr at
Yeah.
ourfocus.mamta. Can you please put my
Mr.
email ID
Ravish.
in the chat box?
Ma'am, one Mr. Ravish, he is a system integrator and he asked for working capital. Yes, we can do that. He said his question
Yeah.
was-
Most
yeah,
of
we can do
the
it, Mr. Ravish.
see, most of the questions are actually repeated actually. So that is why MSME industries, service industries, non-raw materials. So this was already there in the chat box actually.
Okay.
So most of the other people, they have just introduced themselves actually. Pharma compliance audit, whether they can, any audit also comes under services, no?
Actually, energy audit, we can do it. Energy consultancy services, we have done. We
Yeah.
have registered. I
Yes.
think, yeah.
And
can do
architects are not getting EMD waiver.
Yeah, maybe I'm not sure. You try some central CPOCs, everybody, maybe you stand a better chance. Like, for example, HAL does, BHEL, BEL, all these people invariably accept it. The state-owned departments, it depends again state to state. But invariably, we find that the services in the state segment we do have. Yeah,
Yeah.
consultants. But sir, I have a lot of consultants also getting registered. Because and they get registered because they see that exemption benefit coming in the tender document, they rush to us.
So any other questions, you can please unmute and ask.
No answer. You have to ask the buying
Yeah.
department.
So can we go ahead with the vote of
Well, they will
thanks?
not be having an unmute option for participants.
No,
we
no
have muted
problem. I
all.
think we have answered most of the questions of them, and still if something is not answered, put it in the chat box so that right now if you are putting, we'll be able to
Absolutely.
identify that. So at least with the government of Karnataka government, we don't get waiver, sir.
Ma'am, we have actually written to the government of Karnataka also on this front, just to share this information. Some departments are still giving, some don't. But earlier, I can tell you about a year back or 2 years back in the e-procurement portal itself, it was available. But unfortunately, owed to various anomalies because of units who couldn't comply with some compliances, I think maybe that could have been the reason why they did not encourage that further. Or we still could have got that.
Okay. So I think, no, we can, any other people, if you have any clarification, please feel free to write to us and we'll definitely connect you to NSIC. And can we request Mr. Chandrasekhar, who is our chair for sustainability, to please, give the vote of thanks. Chandrasekhar, you have to unmute.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks, Mr. Jailakshmi. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mr. Shivatsan. That was really a very impressive presentation from you. And it's good to know that you are heading the entire South as zonal head. So I heard you make a comment that you don't use me as a wall hanger. Now that after you have spoken about so many options available for MSMEs with you people, I think you have lost that luxury for a few days. Let's hope all the members who have attended today make the best use of it.
Sure.
We'll see that we reach out to your colleagues and don't trouble you much, but in case there is a need for it, I think we at Focus and NSIC headed by you, we have a responsibility in seeing that the stressed entrepreneurs are given a chance to de-stress themselves, come out of the pandemic the way they have come out, help the society and create employment. They are the people who normally employ huge amount of people, and as we both have a responsibility in doing that. And it's good that you also touched upon some B2B portal NSIC has where entrepreneurs could display the products. This is a very much required activity, but how could Focus and NSIC reach out to all the entrepreneurs by instead of we waiting for them to come? It normally doesn't happen that way. Yes, even if you make another few more presentations also, they could in bits and pieces they could come, but probably we also should reach out to them on a regular basis.
Yes.
This provision is there and we need to do that. And we're going to do that. It's a need of the day, number one, because the economy is stressed, number one. Second, end of the day, it is also generating so much of employment and revenue for the state. And the more the liquidity, the better the entrepreneurs are. And that's what I think NSIC and Focus should look into. I also saw that, the digital services that we are extending, like access through business through Dun & Bradstreet, Bharti Airtel, a lot of industries, particularly in industrial clusters, we see they're all small-time entrepreneurs who are first-time entrepreneurs. They don't know about all these things. They don't have money or they don't have the time to get into all these things. Maybe we should together see that we tell them, yes, why don't you pitch in? Don't spend any money. Come and give us some time, and we could help them, increase their visibility.
Yes.
So I think together we have a good amount of responsibility in doing it. And having said that, NSIC and the Focus should work together to see that the purpose gets out. And there are other forums like ISRE, IPA and all to help the stressed entrepreneurs to come out of their situation now. We at Focus definitely look forward to interacting with you much more frequently and maybe at your convenient time to see that the purpose of Focus gets done. And I think the way you touched upon about the provisions that NSIC could extend, like the funding options, the reduced raw material costs, recovery of payment, a huge number of MSMEs who don't know this, or they know but they don't have the time to go and don't know whom to talk to. Probably yes, this is one good thing. It's we appreciate that you gave time to Focus to come and present yourself about the options that's available for MSMEs. Now, having said that, thanks for being with us today, the evening. Thanks to our Mr. Ravi Shankar Tandavan, National Chair for Policy Advocacy and Membership of Focus. And thanks to our ever energetic Srimati Jailakshmi, our Chairperson, Bangalore Chapter. Somehow she's able to connect with people. And we appreciate all Focus members who are there with us today. Yes, and students who could become the future entrepreneurs. And entrepreneurs who are already stressed also. So thanks for all of you for being with us today. And we have today, I think, representatives from construction, IT, ITES, BMS, fire safety, facility management, pest control, maybe so many other verticals. Probably it may be a very big list, like consultants, architects, and all those people. I hope all of these people would go back with much more information than they otherwise had. And let's hope they all come back and reach out to Srivatsan and team to be benefited out of it. And we, in fact, you'll be surprised, Mr. Srivatsan, this was conceived only a week or 10 days back.
Yes.
Within a
Only
week,
1 week.
within a week, there are more than 200 registrations, and that too happened. Most of it happened in the last 2-3 days.
Wow.
And it's a lesson. Actually, the takeaway is, if we had reached out to better, probably there would have been more registration. There are more people, interested to listen to you, listen to see what schemes are there, how they could be benefited, how they could be a
Yes.
part of this.
Yes.
Maybe we should have done a better job. But having said that, it's easy for me to comment now. But I should thank both Dominic and Mamta for having done a wonderful job back office. 200 numbers is also an impressive figure at this time of the day.
Correct.
Yeah, we should always thank them for being with us today. Probably we'll see that we could reach out much better with the data bank that we have. Maybe next time we should be
Yes.
reaching out to more number of people.
Sure.
I'd
sir.
also like to, you had something to say? Yeah,
No,
Mr.
sir. Please carry on.
Yeah, I would also like to thank Ms. Padmaja, Senior Manager, SIDB, for being with us today. Ms. Kohila from NSIC SCST Hub for being with us today. Ms. Jayashree Nagaraj, Founding President of PHA, members from ISHRE and other associations for being with us today. Ms. Archana Verma, DQ Channel, from DQ Channel, Cyber Media, as we have IT entrepreneurs with us. We are also, I think, having with us Dr. Deepak, Chief Editor of VAR India Magazine. Thanks, sir. Thanks all of you for being with us today. And finally, we also thank our National President Suresh, who could somehow manage to pitch in for a few minutes, though he was busy with some other activities. Mr. Swaminathan from Cyber Media Research Team, who is also with us from NSIC Delhi. And thanks to our Mr. Nagaraj, Unni, Shravant. And finally, Dominic and Ms. Mamta, thanks a lot for your homework. So with these few words, if there's nothing else to speak on.
Yeah, small correction, because as we are recording, small correction. Mr. Swaminathan is working with the Cyber Media Research Team, but he worked closely with NSIC Delhi NCR, but he is not an official employee of NSIC.
Okay. I also, for the few people who are left out the final part of the webinar.
And we have, as we have invited a lot of associations, definitely, we all shared with a lot of associations, like, even ISHRE and, a lot of, and our Chandrasekhar is the president for Ceramic Association. And if you see that, we have shared this with the Pina Industrial Association, CASIA, and we everywhere, all the associations we shared, because the time was very limited within a week. So we were able to reach only 200, but we were able to definitely with the next webinar, we can expect a much bigger crowd. And instead of, say, why I'm talking about a crowd is, instead of basically, what we expect is more than the crowd, number of people. If we are having even 5 people also, those who are taking benefit from here, and those who are really a target people, those who joined today. And it was really a wonderful, this one. Thank you so much, Chandrasekhar, for delivering your thank you note. And thank you, Mr. Srivatsa.
Jayalakshmi, before you conclude,
yes,
the number of queries itself was so impressive that it's not everybody were asked. Most of them were answered. So
yes,
most of them would have got some common queries actually.
Yes,
and
yes.
The queries itself is an indication that they are looking at answers or solutions for the problems, and a platform like this where they could sit back in office or home and get it, which otherwise would have taken a good amount of time for them.
Yes.
And I think Mr. Srivatsan, it's a it's a good feedback for you people also, that virtually we also connect with as and when there is a time available, we connect with all the people.
Yes.
And I request for all the guests and students who are there today with us to become members of this focus forum, be benefited. allow us to get connected with all this, people, dignitaries from NSIC and SIDBI and MSMEs. And as you move forward, instead of making too many mistakes, learn, get to connect with the right people and be benefited. So that's where NSIC is there for, and that's where the focus is for. So help us make both NSIC and focus vibrant organizations for the benefit of the society. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And wonderful, Chandrasekhar. Thank you so much. And with this, we will close the meeting. And thank you each every one of you. And thank you, Mr. Srivatsan. Big thanks to you. So we'll definitely, we'll make our members to definitely approach you and any other non-members also. Those who are asking, as usual, NSIC means definitely we will connect with you.
Definitely,
Yeah.
ma'am. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
In fact,
and by this program, actually, to be frank with you, when I shared this, I want to share this success with you. NSIC SCST Hub, next webinar, they want to do separately for SCST Hub people along with the focus. So that is one of the, this one what Kokila was talking to me today. So it was very thankful to you because when I'm sending your flyers, only that and all is coming up actually. So, and even, even SIDBI is also very much supporting and looking for great years ahead.
No.
Thank you.
Definitely, ma'am. And you rightly told, people should not have any reservations. They should not come to conclusions, whether to approach or not, whether we'll get or not. Okay, we go there, we may not be able to have. I'll just request everybody come and experience. NSIC is an experience. We try to give you that experience. How good it is, I would really love to enjoy. So as I told ma'am, rather than giving a PPT, let them have a look at me.
Yes,
So,
yes.
So and similarly, then come live, we will see that they go back with what they are. At least to the best of our abilities, we'll do that.
Yes.
I have one suggestion to Mr. Srivatsan, if you can, I can take a minute. Whenever we meet physically at Focus, I would request you to be there for at least half an hour. Just a passing, you can just drop in and say hello. It will make a lot of difference that, people could immediately reach out to you. Just half an hour, whenever it is convenient, because we are going to meet regularly in future.
Actually speaking, I didn't tell Chandrasekhar. Soon we are planning for a networking session separately in offline. So we are planning it soon. So I'll definitely invite you so that everybody will be very happy.
Oh, I'm privileged. I'll be thrilled to meet you all in person.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you very much. And Mamta, I think we can close the meeting. And thank you so much, Mr. Srivatsan, and all the participants, and Chandrasekhar for delivering the thank you note. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you, Srivatsan.
Thanks, sir.